Almost every successful Facebook ad for a clothing store has 4 components. Make sure that you grab something to take notes with and stick around until the end, where I'll be sharing with you the breakdown of exactly how we structured this ad campaign for success and what you need to do to copy that as well. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so number 4 is the research. This one step most people skip, and it really costs them a lot of money, like a lot, in or out of business when it comes to Facebook ads, right? So make sure that you're doing this. Trust me, I am an impatient person when it comes to launching ads, but your research is what will pay the dividends, right? It's what's, if you don't understand dividends, you probably already understand dividends, but it's gonna continue to pay you over time. What you should be looking for when diving into research is the following, right? Number 1, your competition's ads plus the copy. Performance of your current ads, best email open rates, and the click-through rate. I really care about the click-through rate because of a lot of stuff that's going on with iOS right now, but open rates, still a good option. Offers from similar brands, your competitor's website. Think about it this way. If you only had 10 hours to get ready for this sale, right? Let's say that getting ready to do an awesome sale. We had 10 hours to do it. I would spend the first 7 hours right here on the research. Grab a Google Doc or a notepad and get everything written down. Just literally get all the ideas out of your head and put it into one spot. One tip in your research that will really help you, it helps me a lot too, is that don't ever assume anything. I've made the mistake and it comes back to bite me several times, right? It's like some kind of animal that, I don't know what we can use here, but there's an animal that keeps continuing to bite you that you really don't want. So because of the market, right? Because the market told me otherwise, right? And I'm like, no, my idea is the best. This looks the coolest and this is gonna convert the best. And then turns out this single image over here just absolutely killed it. And I wasted way too much money and just continued to try to fight the marketplace. Don't do that, right? Don't waste the money doing that. The research phase is really the glue to hold everything together. And later in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you what the actual setup for this campaign looks like. But without this context, you'll glance over what makes it effective, right? Don't skip to that part because you're gonna set up the campaign, but miss the meat and the potatoes of what actually is making it an effective campaign. Because I promise you, the campaign setup, we can do it in like 10 minutes. It's very, very simple. It's just literally all of the things that go on ahead of it. All right, before we cover one area that most people completely miss when building their ads, I just wanted to say howdy. My name's Aaron. I'm one of the co-founders here at BitBranding, and we are an e-commerce growth agency that specializes in helping clothing stores grow and scale profitably online. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of the latest strategies for clothing stores. We drop new content every single week for you, at least 2 videos, sometimes 3, sometimes more, but at least 2 videos. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, so number 3 is the offer. For those gurus out there on the internet who tout, right, these crazy numbers but never give context, you should be weary, right? A lot of them are really loud, cuss a lot, and spew out noise. I'm not bashing anyone in particular, but I know y'all have seen a video or 2 and wasted a lot of your time. I hope that is not the case for this video for you. So what does that have to do with the offer? Well, actually a lot. The offer is what gets someone to convert and take action the right way, right? And what people forget or do not share is that they had a really good, successful campaign, but they're just like, yeah, I set it up completely. And it's like, whoa, 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 you had a great offer. That's why people purchased. Right? I don't think that's something that you should just assume. You have to be very intentional about the offer. So if our offer wasn't good, right, to be completely honest, right, this sale would have likely been par for the course at best. So how do you know you have a great offer? Honestly, I look at past emails, SMS, etc., to see which emails had the best open rate and click-through rate. If we've ran sales in the past, promo codes on the website that were submitted, etc. Like I would go and look at those codes on the website and see which ones worked, what ads were associated to those, right, if we have them. But the other question you guys probably have is, so how do you craft a great offer if you don't have any of that info, right? That assumes that you've done this before. It has to be an overwhelming amount of value for the price, meaning what you're creating has so much value that thinking about the price is no longer existent. Look at it through a lens of 10x. If I'm gonna offer you something that is $10, right, then I better be making sure that the value is 100. How can you add 10x the value for that price? And you may be thinking, Aaron, I can't do this. What's going on? Don't worry, we're gonna talk about that. Ask yourself, what would I need to do, right, to make this product value increase by 10x? Offer, right here, let's go through some examples, right? So offer a free personalized gift with X amount of value, right? So maybe you get it for less, but it's X amount of value. You could do free shipping, faster shipping. I want things fast. I don't know about you, but it's very nice with Amazon. I was looking yesterday for like a an essential oil or something and said like, hey, if you order by 11 a.m., you can get it by 5 p.m. And I was like, that's amazing. I know you may not be able to do something like that, but the faster the shipping, the better. A special code that they can use the next time that they shop. Also very cool. If they spend X amount of dollars, you'll give them free shipping for 6 months. I don't know, I just thought about that when I was writing this. I was like, that's really cool. And what it does is it gets them to come back again and again. It's like, hey, I get free shipping every time I purchase with the company for 6 months. And as a apparel brand, right, that's a lot of purchases. Free returns no matter what. This is a given for me. Free returns should always be in the offer, because if you don't have free returns, you have so much hassle. You have so much back and forth and people just hate it. And you may say, well, they don't ever do the returns. And it's like, yeah, because it's a lot of work, right? So just give them the free returns. The 5% lift is gonna be way more than the 1% headache. The beauty here is that you can craft the offer however you want, and yes, you will need to run the numbers to make sure that it works out for you in the end, right? You have to be profitable, or you have to know when you're gonna be profitable. But how much more likely is someone to come back to shop with you with no hassle returns and free shipping? A lot more likely. A few things that are a must no matter what though, right? I think we should probably cover that, is that one thing that you have to have in place no matter what though, is you have to have a super high quality product. Now, this is what we had in place for our offer for this specific ad that I'm gonna break down for you. Number one, a great quality product. This was an obvious one, but like I just mentioned, if you don't have a good quality product, it does not matter, it's not gonna work. Number two, high profit margin. They were jeans, so the profit margins were very good. We also had a big sale and an inclusive group of large group of people, right, for women. It was women's jeans basically. But they were large sizes, small sizes, extra small, extra large, right? So it's a big group of people with high profit margins, a lot of volume, right? So that's also helped. We also did free shipping on every order. So we just enticed it a little bit more. So it's like a woman who's gonna get a great deal right before the holidays, right before Black Friday, Cyber Monday, right? So free shipping on every order, no hassle returns, very wide variety. People are always looking for jeans. So it's like, cool, I do need a pair of jeans. I want to do it at a discount and I don't have anything to worry about, because if I don't like them, I can return them. How do you now make your offer even better? Now, this is where the research comes in. What worked in the past, what worked for your competitors, and what is something you would have taken action on, right? So ask yourself, what would you have done and what would have made that like even better and taken action on? Well, what made this offer even better from everything that I just said was scarcity, right? It was a limited time. You could do limited time, limited quantity, which was both part of it as well, or a special. So now your potential customer has a limited time to take advantage of a special offer that has limited inventory. And if they take action, now they would get the free shipping, right? I'm just making this part of it up, right? But going back and you could craft this part of it, right? We didn't offer this, I just kind of made it up. But you could also do all of those things, right? And now what you'll do is like get the free shipping for 6 months, or a free gift, or the hassle-free returns like we had. Right, if they have any issues. And it will still get to their house, right? This is a big part, it may or may not be possible, right? Get to their house in 2 days. If you can do all of that, something tells me you may get a few purchases off of a deal like that. Now it becomes, how do we run ads behind it? That's what we're gonna talk about later. These are all ways that you can push the customer over the edge, but remember the rule number one, and I've said this previously and I'll say it again, you have to have a great product. We cannot market crap. What I will share with you later when we look at the campaign is that the results were great, even post iOS, even without the ability to use something like Triple Whale, right? This was a site that couldn't use Triple Whale, and without touching one single interest targeting option. But before we jump into the business model, make sure that you touch that like button until you see the confetti for the YouTube algorithm. This really helps us out, and it's free. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it is free. And just for doing that, here's a picture of the best college basketball team around right here. And as of the time of this recording, I don't know if you know this, but they've won the most basketball games in the NCAA. All right, so number two is the business model. Understanding your business model is a critical step in the success of an ad campaign. Although we were very profitable with this campaign on the front end because the other areas that I mentioned previously in the video, if we were not, it is still possible for us to make a return on our investment. But how does that happen, Aaron? Well, there's a quote, and I like to use this in the videos a lot, right? There's Dan Kennedy, he has famously said that those who can spend the most to acquire the customers will win. The way I look at it is, as long as I know when I will be profitable, I can make the ads work, because it comes down to basic math. If I have a $100 average order value, but I spend $90 to acquire that customer, I'm likely not profitable, right? But if I know that in the next 30 days, my average customer spends with me another $100, then I now just paid $90 to make 200, which as long as my cost of goods are less than 50%, I can do all day, right? I have some net margin there. Then by 6 months, I know they spend on average $400 with me, so an extra 200. So if I acquire the customer for today for 90, then that may seem high, but I know I can make $400 off of them in the next 6 months and get them to purchase again with very profitable means of getting them back. I just made over 4x my money, right? So I just spent $1 and I made almost 4. Side note, the profitable ways to get customers back are email, SMS, postcards in that order, right? So email adds profit, SMS adds top line revenue, and postcards add profit plus create brand. We'll probably do a whole video on postcards later because I think that it's super undervalued. Okay, so you know your business and you know your numbers, work backwards from that and give yourself a range so that you can acquire a customer that still adds profit. Then your ads are purely just the numbers to drive traffic and your business model takes care of the rest, right? So you have everything else in place, the emails, the SMS, the postcards, they all take care of the things automatically being quoted here. One thing about this business model that makes this deal even sweeter and is not accounted for in this number is that the business is using the fourth pillar of what we call the e-com accelerator. So they're focused on the customer experience. So they've partnered with tools called Comment Sold, right, to do the live selling. If you don't know what that is, it's probably a whole nother video. Sorry, there's a lot of videos gonna span off of this one, but just imagine QVC meets social media and commerce. So you can purchase directly from watching a video online on your phone through like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc. It's pretty dang cool. But whole nother conversation for another video. So that is another way that we've used this that's not affected in these ads right now. Now, speaking of your business model and logistics and numbers, one thing that is a secret sauce that we use to help grow clothing stores is a software called Tripwell. And I realize that if you've been watching this channel for a while, it's probably no longer a secret for you, but it still continues to add a ton of value to us. It has over 99% accurate attribution, which means that it's just fancy for saying we know which platforms are generating real revenue and real results. Whenever the iOS tracking issue came into play, it really messed up our data and just like everybody else's to see where sales were coming from. Tripwell fixes that. If you want clarity in your marketing or at least to find out more about them, check out the link in the description down below. And PS, if you use that link and then the code BITBRANDING, they'll give you 15% off. Nice. All right, so number one is the setup. Y'all, I promise these numbers are real and this is a real clothing store, and no, there wasn't anything fancy that we did. I'm sharing with you in this video everything that you need to put into place for these types of results. I want these results for you and I know they are possible. But before we jump into Ads Manager and I show you the breakdown, I want to tell you about our free masterclass training for clothing stores. This is just for you if you run a clothing store. They'll walk you through the 5 pillars that you must have in place for your online store to grow consistently and profitably no matter what is going on in the world. If you want access to that training, make sure you check out the link in the description down below. It's like 16, 17 minutes long, so super short, very impactful, very actionable. It's also new and improved and doesn't have a lot of fluff. To get free access to the training, check out the link in the description down below. We have 2 different variations, so you can cut it. I'll give you the feedback on it. All right, so let's jump into some ads. Okay, so what's going on here, right? So this campaign was set up as a CBO, so campaign budget optimization, or what Facebook is calling like their advantage. Like basically it's distributing the budget between 2 different campaigns. We have 2 different ad sets going on. I'm at the ad level because the ad set level has a lot more campaigns in it than just these 2. But these were ran for a very short period of time. I think it was about 7-8 days. I have the maximum length here, but you can see that this ran from October 28th or October 25th, and then basically completed like November 1st, November 2nd. So we have total number of purchases, 1,636. This one campaign right here absolutely killed it, which I'll show you here in a second. 1-day click, spent $29,000 here, $4,000 here. Yeah, ends November 1st. We completed it over a period of time. Return on ad spend is about an 8 for total, 3 on the website. We had some mobile app purchases as well. Total purchases were 4,000 through everything that was going on. We had some offline purchases as well. Total purchase conversion value for that 7-8 day period was $285,898.29. I think that gives you a pretty good idea. So cost per unique purchase, so this was acquiring customers as well. We were right there at $19. Cost per actual purchase for repeat customers as well, inside of our sphere was $8. So what makes this campaign so magical, I guess? Let's jump over here and I will show you on here. So let's go ahead and click the edit spot here. As you can see, right, it says, it's just literally a GIF It just continues to repeat, and it shows jeans. The reason that works, and sorry we had to blur a lot of that out, but the reason that the GIF works is because it shows Facebook what it is too, right? So it's just jeans. It also stops the scroll for people who are watching it, and it also has text about a sale. A lot of people are wondering, okay, what the heck, how do you set this up, right? What is this done? It's a dynamic creative ad. Let's go to the ad set level. Let me show you what this looks like. So website conversions, scrolling here, dynamic creative. Like I said, sorry, we had to blur this out here because that's the pixel for somebody else. Started date October 25th, end date November 1st, just so I can kind of prove that to you that this was only a short period of time. Very broad, 20 to 64-year-old women living in the United States. All languages, manual placements. We did the feeds, Facebook and Instagram. We didn't do audience network. And then Messenger wasn't an option. So we turned it off the Facebook in right column, Instagram Explorer. You can do that. You can honestly adjust it however you'd like here. I just don't like the audience network, but this is what we did. One day attribution settings were one day after clicking, one day after viewing. This gives us a lot more data, but also tells people to take action. It's an optimization window as well. It means we want people to purchase within that one day because it's a sale. But that's it. This is it right here. CBO, dynamic creative. Then at the ad level, like I said earlier, right? It was literally a dynamic creative ad. We had 3 or 4 different types of ads that were going on inside of there. I can only show you the winning ad because once the ad completed and it's scheduled like that, it only shows the winning ad. But just so you know, there was a GIF on both campaigns that did well, and it was showing jeans. That's it, had a sale on it. We ran this at broad. We spent a decent amount of money per day. I can't remember exact amount. We spent this one, we spent $29,000. So basically $33,000, $34,000 over that period. So yes, we were spending thousands of dollars per day. It was hitting the market very quickly. There was no priming that was done. There was nothing like that. It was just good content, right creative, dynamic creative ads, and punchy right there, right? So everything that I mentioned previously with the ads is what made this successful, right? The research, the offer, right? Everything that mattered was done ahead of time. This is just the setup. It's the very easy part where most people spend their time and spend hours in it. Probably took us to build this campaign with dynamic creative maybe an hour with all of it. And then we set it and let it run, and then we just continue to scale. That's it. So if you're ready to build out these types of ads that I talked about in this video, make sure that you go watch this video right here next. This one's gonna give you exactly what you need to kind of set up the campaign exactly step by step, like I said here. P.S. Hey, I know you're about to leave this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the latest content. Thank you so much. All right, y'all, that is it for this video. Have a great rest of your day.